First of all, we'd like to apologize for the computer-narrated voice. But I'm sure you prefer this, rather than you having to read. Secondly, certain names were accidentally spelled wrong. Finally, this video was made to educate the world about the life of a DJ Vybz Kartel Palmer. All clips belong to their respective owners, so no fucking copyright intended. To all the haters, stay away, or Gaza will come fuck you up.
Right now, I'm tired to play this disappearing trick, so I'm going to just go and just roll out the red carpet. That means anything they want to do, they can just come and do them. Because I know they're going to come, so I'm not going to go anywhere because I'm expecting them.
Anyway, you're going to always have to interview somebody. Vybz Kartel, come on. Because Vybz Kartel is the next artist that I bring on the scene. You know, me as a man, I always take a lot to start up. Vybz Kartel.
I am the roughest, toughest, blood clot Jamaica. Top speed now, gas and get pressed. If you don't get a next time, do your next best.
DJ Palmer, best known as Vybz Kartel, born January 7, 1976, is a Jamaican dancehall reggae artist, songwriter and businessman, who has made his way, in becoming, the greatest dancehall artist, to walk the face of the earth.
Sir, how do you feel about Vybz Kartel being incarcerated?
What do you mean by
Free world boss.
one world boss?
Now them look at the youth, the one get the truth.
Why can I daddy and me for free right now? Cause Kartel no belong to him there.
Free Vybz Kartel.
Kartel started his career as a teenager in 1993, with his first recording, Love Fat Woman, released on Alvin Reed's label, One Heart. His stage name at that time, Addy Banton, in homage to Buju Banton. Palmer was later part of the three-member group called Vybz Kartel, but the group didn't last long. In just a short time, the group split. Addy continued with his music, and kept the group name Vybz Kartel, and later became a protege of Bounty Killer.
Cause you know, so right now, anyway, me always have to interview somebody. Vybz Kartel, come on. Cause Vybz Kartel is the next artist that I bring on the scene. You know, me as a man, I always take a lot to start up. Vybz Kartel.
Vybz Kartel's new role as Killer's protege, caught the attention of the public, and led to a meteoric career rise, first as a ghost writer for Bounty Killer, Elephant Man, and other members of the Scare Them crew, followed by collaborations with killers such as Gal Clown and Girls Like Mine, featured on the Liquid Ribbon. He came into his own with early hits like Gun Clown, Guns Like Mine, Bad Man, Bust My Gun Like Nothing, Most High, and War Organizer. He also had a string of successful collaborations with Wayne Marshall, including New Millennium on the Mad Ants rhythm. This unprecedented debut led to Vybz Kartel being crowned 2002 DJ of the Year at Stone Love's 30th anniversary, a feat unmatched, and might never be matched by any new artist in dancehall in coming years. Vybz Kartel rose to prominence in 2003, after a string of hits in Jamaica. The year culminated in a pre-planned very long, Vybz Kartel, criticized by a wide variety of dancehall supporters, led him to apologize to Ninjaman and Sting organizers for the incident. 4 days after the incident, the two artists appeared before the press to announce a settlement of their differences and to end any animosity. Vybz Kartel, a part of the alliance with Wayne Marshall, Busy Signal and new member Mavado, and a few others, led by Bounty Killer, rose to become dancehall's most dominant set during the period. Little did they know, that a crucial member would be gone, and a legend was about to born. In 2005, Vybz Kartel and Bounty Killer fell out, after Vybz performed the song, You Know Your Baby Father with the Angel, Beanie's baby mother and now former girl. Kartel walked out of the alliance. Aidonia also left, because he took Kartel's side, causing him to fall out with Busy Signal and making the song Addy Ami Daddy. Kartel took side with Beanie by showing up at his wedding. He said Beanie was his artist, and that would not change, and that's as far as it went. Afterwards, he and Mavado fell out, which led to throwing of words through songs like Mavado the Failure, Them Start War and Dead, and Them a Pussy Inna the Battle. But this mishappen only made Mr. Palmer express his war side.
When you beg me fi pa, and me write 5 songs, give you turn you in a star. Talk about bad man place, who cut you in a your damn face? Watch tell me about wrong man, wrong place. Daily a wipe out pussy for your long face. Kappa scatter hit 21 place. Me nah sing up, me nah never stop para the dance.
The feud between the two carried on for months, then faded near 2006 going on to 2007. During that period, Kartel had differences with the record label, Greensleeves. Vybz Kartel changed his name to Addy Did Teacha near the end of 2006. All new material he produces will be released under this name, while Greensleeves will continue to release his older, unreleased material under the name, Vybz Kartel.
Village cafe, you're rubbing it out. While she put down a weight and do up if you bounce. Stress free, you have the cereal. Stress free, baby, good material. Skin smoothie, you have a Barbie doll. You not fit hide the face like Bin Laden, girl. Stress free, you have the cereal. Stress free, baby.
Yo, it's for the Romeo production. I'm the Emperor.
I did the Emperor, Empire. Never brat, never strap with the Empire. Black Rhino was shot with the Empire. Those are medicine, real killer. Head get steel pillar. Which crew a meal in the Empire. Chance stand blow can for the Empire. Nuclear gun turn on for the Empire. And the war professor, hey!
In 2007, came Portmore Empire, founded by Vybz Kartel, with co-founder Deva Brat, both with leadership qualities and intentions. Portmore Empire included Craig Dennis, O'Meal, Dosa Medicine, Nuclear, Black Rhino, Sean Storm and founder and co-founder, Vybz Kartel and Deva Brat.
If you try for this empire, skin a burn you like a pepper. You feel know we are and step up.
Empire money, you feel make things off set. We don't take disrespect. If you're this dead, rule with the twin tech free protect me interest.
The true leader of the Portmore Empire, only one can be, and both Deva Brat and Vybz Kartel knew that.
No, it's not a change of name, it's just a, as the mother say, a moniker. Yeah. Not moniker like Lewinsky where you build the head, you know. A moniker. That means like how you have Bounty Killer, but him have a moniker as Warlord, Poor People Governor. You have Beanie Man, but his moniker is Doc Moses. I just Vybz Kartel, but you don't know, I did the teacher, I did the emperor, the Vybz principal, call it what you will. The teacher, I did the emperor, the teacher, I did the emperor, the teacher, I did the emperor.
Deva Brat isn't too pleased. He decides to sing our song, with lyrics highlighting his leadership role. Listen carefully.
So me a set the Brat lead out Portmore Empire with the guns when I barrel in our entire. So when me entire, me run the entire. Here can the tabernacle and the entire. Why violate Aidonia?
Let's make it more clear.
So me a set the Brat lead out Portmore Empire with the guns when I barrel in our entire. So when me entire, me run the entire. Here can the tabernacle and the entire. Why violate Aidonia?
In February 2008, Deva Brat, real name Sheldon Smith, was taken into custody in connection with an alleged case of carnal abuse, committed against a 14-year-old girl. After being given bail for this incident, the DJ was accused of raping another girl. He was again taken in custody. Deva Brat, who got a chance to speak out through lockup, claimed that he felt betrayed and belittled. He said that he has been left to rot in jail by fellow DJ Kartel. With the Portmore Empire not officially registered, and Deva Brat being in lockup, Vybz Kartel act on the opportunity, registering the Portmore Empire in his name, and his name only, to claiming his long-be-wanted position, as the leader and founder, of the Portmore Empire. While behind bars, Deva Brat received a message from Vybz Kartel, stating that he was no longer a member of the Portmore Empire. Kartel even went further to put a sprain on Brat's music career by releasing the single, Bun a Raper, which did have a massive effect on Deva's career.
Bring the come gimme. The pussy enough is sad, that I feel happy when it see me. The pussy enough go a station, go report on the cocky prison time. My cocky enough to give me.
Vybz Kartel and the Portmore Empire begun to rise just a short while after the establishment of the group, with some members leaving, such as Nuclear, O'Meal, and the death of Craig Dennis, led to introduction of new members such as Lisa Hype, Yavinci, and more to come. During 2007, the feud between Vybz Kartel and Mavado led a press conference held in a police-overseen environment, in which both Mavado and Vybz Kartel publicly announced an end to hostilities and apologized to fans.
So me and the DJ start out the thing, and that me I tell you, we not really imposing on an artist. An artist we can see where it take place. Because Vybz Kartel, teacher and Mavado, the artist thing, come together and say unity. Everybody else can see that. And just follow that example there. I will say, you are going to just know, say, at the wrong way you go, because you go spot out. Because we are say unity. So if you are go around the thing, it's like easy for spot out. You know what I mean? And the people them, you are going to be the main focus of the people them. And you are going to look like the ringleader of everything. It's what I say, so now for us know that unity. And it start here, so we don't really have to tell the artist. Now, I tell every man of them one.
A man can't know because
so
I'm a father and Kartel there right here.
And him represent the alliance. So, and Vybz Kartel represent the empire. So I just straight unity.
However, by the summer of 2008, tensions flared with a renewal of diss tracks from each artist, and a lyrical clash between the two at Sting 2008 left mixed views as to the winner. Most of 2009 saw a continuation of the public feud which dominated Jamaican media and to a certain extent, Jamaican culture, with the two artists' factions, Gaza 2, Kartel, and Gully 2, Mavado, being adopted by Jamaican youth, in some cases leading to street violence. On December 8, 2009, Kartel and Mavado met with Jamaican Prime Minister Bruce Golding in an attempt to end the feud, which had by that time fueled mob attacks in some of the inner city neighborhoods of Kingston, and some parts of the world.
We are the last man standing. I'll be a big matic cause a man bring. Me no coward like Bounty or him. Log on pan YouTube, watch the damn flame. It's a hype, Baba boy embarrassing fans. Me can't believe him run with him bands.
Tracking back to earlier in 2008, Kartel launched his own liquor line, Street Vybz Rum. He hosted a weekly dance party called Street Vybz Thursday, at the Building, a Kingston nightclub he managed with his new business partner, Corey Todd.
The party get drastic, get some street vibes, rum from that quick, get some sanitary cup in the plastic bag.
Jano, somebody get ice, not nice. Get the white, the red, the overproof, the tonic wine.
Come on, everywhere we party.
The rum was officially distributed by Vybz Distillers Limited. The same year, Kartel also released his own condom line, Daggering Condoms, which was inspired by Ramping Shop, a song featuring female Jamaican DJ Spice, which debuted on the Billboard Top 100 Singles charts, with the song entitled $, being in regular rotation on urban radio stations in the US.
Hey, me cocky longer than me night. Tell me what you like, you want me try, or you want to ride it like a bike?
Well, you have to ram it hard, the cocky no for life. Damage it for spite, not because
Vybz Kartel and the Portmore Empire continued to grow, with Kartel being the face of both Empire and Gaza, and new talents such as Popcaan, Sheba, Gaza Kim, and Gaza Indu, joining the camp. Around that time, Kartel begun to reign. Everything that left his mouth became a hit, from songs to slangs, lyrics to gimmicks, with singles and collabs such as Love Them, Mr. Officer, Life We Living and Bicycle. Vybz Kartel was the talk of the town. He was the talk of good and bad, the man of controversies, one in which he was accused of piercing his tongue, by who? No other than Bounty Killer. Bounty and Vybz couldn't put their differences aside, since the departure of Vybz Kartel from Alliance. Bounty would not back off, he sees Vybz Kartel as his unruly son.
Them I get misled and we like to see the unity, but tell you what, Gully and Gaza now gonna be one. It'll be two different entities, cause Gaza are nasty people, and them principle up to our level. Yeah, bleach out, freak out, ungodly, disloyal, man tattoo man, and them and beat artists.
Vybz Kartel was enjoying this. He liked his spotlight, the man of controversy.
Hey, killer, we even know you. An argument that. Like you have a long up my tongue and show you. Batty man. Me no bore my tongue. You use your tongue, bore so young. You feel how Hennessy and drink Street Vybz rum. And your tongue wouldn't bore Kevin.
Controversy behind controversy, from female member Lisa Hype caught on tape giving oral sex to a man whom people believe to be Vybz Kartel, to the alleged beating of Black Rhino and Gaza Kim on separate occasions, kept Kartel in the limelight, not for the good, but rather for the bad.
Baby, me have something for tell you, but first you have to tell me say you love me. You have to tell me say you really, really need me.
Are you going to have my
Right now hanging out with us, we've got the one and only formerly known as Gaza Kim, now known as Kim, K-Y-M. Welcome to the show, Kim.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, now let's talk about that day and that incident. Now, I was being told that it involved you and your brother. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, what started this verbal part of this incident? What started the argument?
Well, I don't know. I was told that I informed on Vybz Kartel and to tell the truth, I don't know what I informed about.
You were told?
I was told to come to the studio 9 o'clock sharp, and on the day that the incident happened. And I went up there because I was prepared to do music because I didn't know what to expect on that day, but I was prepared to do music. And about 1 o'clock, me and my brother sat down. I was there and I just started to get beaten, and I don't know what and why.
And this was at the studio?
Yes, and from that day I don't go back to the studio.
Now, do you know your attackers?
Yes, I know all of them.
How many of them were there?
There was 4 of them.
Were any of them artists?
Artists, no, none of them were artists.
Only one was an artist?
None of them were artists.
According to Kim, Kartel was not present when she was assaulted. With the departure of Lisa Hype, Black Rhino, and Gaza Kim, that only opened the door for candidates waiting for the opportunity to become a part of the Portmore empire.
Gaza forever, as one gone and next one born. Introducing Vanessa Bling as Gaza Slim. Feed the girl them we tell them man say
Me nah go get we never get we. Me say that body dedicate.
Gaza Slim, now a part of the empire, followed by Tommy Lee, got their chance for stardom. Gaza Slim, assumed to be Gaza Kim's replacement, got the break of her career by being featured in one of Vybz Kartel's most successful hit, Chronixx, with fellow team member Popcaan.
When you get the new Clarks, the daddy, I wish color that daddy no party. And you alone have the style, the daddy. The queen for England, I feel love of yardy. When you get the new Clarks.
The year 2010 to 2011 was gold for Vybz Kartel and the Portmore empire, with a string of hits from Popcaan, Gaza Slim, Tommy Lee and Kartel. The Portmore empire had reached newer heights. Producer Russian and Vybz Kartel also did collabs which shocked the nation, one of which is Straight Jeans and Fitted, only made Vybz Kartel more popular by capturing the uptown crowd who were familiarized with Russian.
Straight jeans and fitted, in a white t-shirt we did it. We rock them shades to the limit. Uptown, uptown. So we beat
Vybz Kartel held form and didn't plan to slow down. Assisting him was controversy. This time, it was the excessive tattoos and bleaching of his skin.
Tattoo time come, all of this space for me skin soon done. If you not have none, go get one, go get one. If you not have none, go get some, go get some. When the tattoo need to start the bun, me kill off the pain with street boys drum. If you not have none, go get some, go get some.
This is Black History Month. All who proud to be black, also Edna Manley. We now use that clear soap, we don't care what Kartel and say. We burn clear soap, we burn bleaching. The problem blackness was a across the sky. How now make no friend this year.
Queen Ifrica and Edna Manley giving it to Vybz Kartel over his promotion of skin bleaching.
Brown skin! I don't think everybody's a bleaching.
I'm just hope say, you know, the artist Addy we just start the truth about what go on and just tell the people say, yeah, even I'm phase and them I go through in phase and don't make it look like it normal to do it.
The DJ has been criticized from several angles, but laughs off Ifrica as he does his off the detractors.
I wouldn't say nothing to her because as I said before, I don't really discuss artists in this other way around. Vybz Kartel is in the spotlight, Vybz Kartel is on the pinnacle, so I will be discussed by those of a lesser caliber. You know what I mean? But what I can really say about her still, she never did so brown a couple of years ago. So I don't really know.
The topic caught the interest of many others who were involved with the music industry. Some had little to say, some had none, while some had a lot to dish out.
We can only do as much and say as much, and not because we've become
popular with the fame and the fortune doesn't mean that we should detour the nation as a lyricist out of the natural culture being embedded in them from that time. So as an icon, I think we can only do as much and say as much, and it doesn't really give the permission because you're an icon to go and sway the nation, as in the fact that you're going to tell them to bleach, because we know the nation coming out of slavery. We've been through a lot of lynching. So when you as an icon come back and you're going to be a role model and you're going to say you bleach and stuff like that, I think it's an insult to the black nation. Kartel is a very good artist, you know what I mean, a very good friend of mine based upon the music industry.
We're going to address something that's kind of like important, man. You come from the reggae dancehall scene, one of the most prominent artists of the last few years, Vybz Kartel. He's creating a lot of controversy the last year or so because of the bleaching of skin. He says he does it because of fashion, because of controversy, shock value. I wanted to ask what Sean Paul's opinions were on the bleaching of the skin.
Well, you know, you're the first person to ask me that. A lot of people have been asking me about his other behaviors and what he's in trouble with right now, and I keep telling them I don't know nothing about his personal life. I don't know why he would do that to himself either, like the amount of thing. But obviously he's a man where, you know, him like to be out there, you know, with him thing, and like people to see a lot of, I mean, let's face it, everybody's a rock star, and then you have pictures of him and film, like girls giving him head, and you know, I'm like, yo, but so everybody's a rock star though. It happens to most of us. So it's like, I see that him like him thing out there, and that's good. I mean, you know, whatever. It's just an expose type of dude. You know what I mean? I don't really agree with somebody changing them thing too much. I don't even like tattoos to that. But if you want to do it, that's cool. I've appreciated tattoos on other people too. But it's like, you know what I mean? I don't think you should want to change up so much. I mean, we don't see what it happened with people like Mikey J, where it affects his whole psyche so much, where all he can think about and talk about is how people perceive him. And really, yo, God make you, you know what I mean? God make you, you don't have to care or worry about what people think about you. You know what I'm saying? So, where style and style can't spoil is great. Like, I will wear whatever I want and use that style there. But man, now go to the point where it's like, alright, well, now there's this big hero guy and him don't have no hand. And so everybody's chopping off their hand because they want to look like him and it's a style. That's how it seemed to me. You understand? Like, yo, it's just somebody want to juke ink in at themselves and like, yeah, I'm sure. But I don't really, to me, I don't fully get it. But other than that, I mean, he's a great artist. He's a talented fellow. And I'm sorry that him that's showing thing for certain vanities.
Bounty Killer and his opinions are back. The feud between Kartel and Killer sparked once more, and it was ugly. The fans grew tired of this, and that led to the bottling of both artists at the Follow the Arrow yearly show.
Alright, Kartel, jump in and start to talk about Follow the Arrow. Were you surprised that the bottling that came after you?
No, I was not. You know what I mean? I was actually expecting it, and if you watch the clippings closely of Vybz Kartel's very short stint on stage, you would actually see Vybz Kartel laughing when he was coming off the stage, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, because I was expecting it, but you know what I mean? I still had to go on stage and to show Vybz Kartel fans and the Gaza people that Kartel was actually in the building.
So why were you expecting it?
Well, because, you know, this is Jamaica, and if artist A and artist B are in a rivalry, artist A appears on stage and gets showered with a rain of bottles, you know what I mean? Well, one would expect that as a result of I would call it, revenge by the fans of artist A. Artist B is going to get battled also.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Definitely.
All right. Hold a second and let's take a clip of Killer talking about that. Here we go.
There's some kids in Ochi that call themselves Ochi Empire. I heard that they was planning from in the afternoon and drinking and saying what they gonna do if Bounty Killer calls Kartel name. Don't know how true this is. Not accusing anybody, but it's being said.
So, how do you respond to that? He's alleging that it was planned. It was the Ochi Empire that started it.
Well, not to my knowledge. I have no prior knowledge of hearing anything about any planning of the battling of any artist on stage. You know what I mean? Neither before nor after the fact.
Yes.
So I would say no, I don't know anything about that.
But is there such a thing as Ochi Empire? A group down there that obviously are your supporters?
Yeah, man. Everywhere, in every parish you have an empire. In Westmoreland you have West Empire. In St. Anne's you have Ochi Empire. Mobile the same thing, and it goes on and on.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
So you went out and set them up, Kartel?
No, you know, people just took on the name because the first set of people to have the name actually were the Ochi Empire. And Vybz Kartel bigging them up on stage shows across the island that led to everybody in each respective parishes taking on their own names. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So how big is this war between you and Killer?
Well, I'd like to let Jamaica people know that Vybz Kartel is not in any war with any artist. You know what I mean? Vybz Kartel is just doing music, making hit songs, you know what I mean, making products, and overall just making money. Vybz Kartel has no time for any war, any feuding, or anything of that negative nature with any artist, and it has been like that for the past 2 years, since the end of the Mavado Vybz Kartel rivalry.
So you aren't answering Killer's...
I'm not answering anybody. A lot of artists trying to get a hype of Vybz Kartel, you know what I mean, because, you know, when you're at the top, a lot of people are going to try to seek to climb to the top and riding an artist's career. That is not the case with Vybz Kartel. I won't give anyone the time of day. You know what I mean?
And even though you say you're not in any rivalry with Killer, are you in any way, is it in any way affecting the relationship with Mavado? Or the peace truce between you and Mavado?
No, you know, because as I said before, Vybz Kartel is not in any war with anyone. So it works both ways. If I'm not in any war with Bounty Killer, how can I be in a war with his son?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Apart from the skin bleaching, Vybz Kartel was accused and heavily criticized as a devil worshipper, but as usual, that only bought the DJ more popularity and fame. How could it not? After all, he's a mastermind at work. The Department of Literatures in English and the Institute for Gender and Development Studies, IGDS, at the University of the West Indies, co-hosted a public forum in which Mr. Palmer delivered the main presentation. The event took place on Thursday, March 10, 2011. Kartel's presentation was entitled, Pretty as a Coloring Book, My Life, and My Art.
Who is Vybz Kartel?
Hundreds of spectators turned up at the University of the West Indies on March 10 to hear dancehall artist Vybz Kartel give a lecture. Kartel was his usual controversial self, touching on issues such as who he is, tattooing, his influences, devil worshipping, and skin bleaching.
First of all, I am Adija Palmer, dancehall artist / hero, businessman, proud father of 7 children, and counting. My music is controversial, but so was reggae, which interestingly was labeled rebel music back in the day. So reggae was also controversial. Before it was fully accepted first by the lower class of people where it originated, then by the upper class of society, after it had garnered international recognition. So basically, it went abroad and came back to us, and we accepted it because you know Jamaica no foreign things. The point that I'm trying to make is that the stone that the builder refused shall become the head cornerstone. And right now, dancehall has become that disregarded stone. Because look into this, 30 years ago, Bob Marley was despised and ridiculed by the upper echelons of society as a dirty Rasta boy, ganja smoking, and promoting civil unrest. Now, that same Bob Marley is poster boy for the Jamaica Tourist Board. We didn't mix the same way. In my view, Kartel is not merely a DJ, but also a poet of Shakespearean stature. And I say this because Vybz Kartel is not the best, but one of the best doing dancehall. And I say this because my lyrics at first glance may seem simple, but different layers can be peeled away to reveal a much more complex meaning, depending on age, knowledge, and nationality of the listener. 2 quick examples. Some read about women, but someone have them. They were cooler than Reagan and Gorbachev them. The second line speaks not about coolness in war, but about the actual Cold War era between America and Russia, whose respective leaders at a critical point in time were Ronald Reagan and Mikhail Gorbachev. Undoubtedly, the media who are all present tonight, the media uses Vybz Kartel to sell papers. You read the thing? To sell papers and to gain viewership by broadcasting the negatives but never giving the positives similar purpose. Example, every day there's a headline, an article, or a letter to the editor on one topic topic of another. It's not it's about Kartel's skin, allegations of feuding with Kartel and she and the old lady, or just a general negative showcase of Kartel. Yet when Kartel does his regular good deeds, and I repeat, regular, yes, the media couldn't care less. You will see in bold headlines, Kartel encourages Jamaicans to scar skin. What about Kartel, first DJ to open his own rum factory? You will easily see on the front page, Kartel and such at odds. Fine, because that is news. But what about giving the same front page headline to Kartel, through his business ventures, employs over 30 at Jamaica? My fascination with tattoos came from my favorite rapper of all time, Tupac Amaru. And ever since I saw his thug life tats on his stomach, I decided to make my skin a living, breathing canvas for the visual arts. Okay? My skin marks, no pun intended, many milestones in my life and represent another form of expression for me. For me, tattoos, although they're on the exterior, they really tell a different story and they tell a lot about my interior. And I'm not just for show, but rather, as the PowerPoint shows, can serve as a history book of my life. People recently in the media, one specific artist has even gone as far to say that I have sold my soul to the devil. So this is a question now for the audience. I would like to know, how does one go about selling his soul to the devil? Does the devil have a bank account? Alright. Do you first put an ad in the classifieds, sold for sale, in good condition, leave a number to call, the devil calls you, and you work out the fine print of it. He gives you a manager's check for your soul. You go to his bank, and Baphomet Commercial Bank, and you can see it. And how does it go? I'd like to ask someone in the crowd, how does one go about selling his soul?
Street Vybz rum production was stopped in the same year of 2011, because of a disagreement between Kartel and Corey Todd. Most people gave their feedback, stating that Corey Todd is a liar, a snake in the grass, a cheat.
So what is the problem? What is the dispute about?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Winfred, this dispute has been brewing over the past 3 to 4 months.
Yes.
As you know, we operate the Building nightclub. Vybz Kartel, as the artist I met 3 years ago that I've worked fiercely to become a dancehall icon, is not the same Vybz Kartel I knew then, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
He has changed?
Of course.
Yes.
He's changed a lot. Not just in personal features, but as a person as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, as you notice, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm far from a fool, you know. Me could do anything in this world, me put my mind to, you know. Yeah. And me sit here and waste 3 years of my life on Kartel. But me tell you this, Jamaica, me rise another artist, and me show everybody me was the force behind Vybz Kartel. Yeah, him gonna still run the place with his tunes because I'm very talented, you know. But he's not the icon that people think he is, not the businessman that people think he is. And he has nothing.
Corey Todd tried putting a new face on Street Vybz rum, but failed. As popular dancehall artist, Beanie Man didn't have the impact that Kartel had. A few months passed, both Kartel and Corey Todd settled their differences, and resumed being business partners. Kartel was one of the first artists to perform via satellite at the Best of the Best concert 2011 in Miami, Florida. It was an odd setting, but the teacher played a cool and steady performance that the crowd was living for. Kartel's performance had the crowd really dancing and shouting. He gave life to the event.
Life to you! Fight! Fight! Go! Teacher, where are you? Take it away! Teacher, where are you? Take it away! Puff Daddy!
Kartel was a huge deal for a lot of the islanders and dance hall fans present at the show.
Addy has also hosted his own reality television show, Teacher's Pet, on CVM Jamaica broadcast channel, the first reality television show hosted by a dancehall artist in Jamaica.
Yo, 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 different type of girl from all over the world. We give the teachers bed, anything teacher want, teacher get. Your girl is her girl. Black girl, white girl, brown girl. From the first world, second world, third world. One bit the teacher's bed. Miley girl, let me love me some. I don't know why them mama over me. I don't know. Woman of Jamaica, woman of Caribbean, woman in America. Where I don't.
Teacher's Pet features 20 women living in a Kingston house battling for Mr. Palmer's affection.
But teach only have one heart. Who will get my heart? You have to watch it from the start. And the realest girl can rock my world until death do us part. Again, who will get my heart? You have to watch it from the start. And the realest girl can rock my world until death do us part.
The show came to a halt due to the arrest of Vybz Kartel on murder charges in September 2011.
The popular and controversial dancehall artist Vybz Kartel, whose given name is Aidonia Palmer, remains in police custody this evening. He was arrested before daybreak this morning after police raided a New Kingston hotel and allegedly found a quantity of ganja. But in a move that could indicate that the police have other charges in mind, officers spent much of the day searching premises linked to the entertainer.
On September 29, 2011, Kartel was arrested by police for possession of ganja. Jamaica's Major Investigation Task Force then later charged him with the murder of a Jamaican businessman, Barrington Burton, conspiracy to murder and illegal possession of a firearm.
Kirk Wright was in tow as investigators went from one location to another.
Investigators were kept busy all afternoon as they swooped down on several premises reportedly frequented by Vybz Kartel. The police team comprising the Caribbean Search Center and the flying squad first went to the upscale St. Andrew neighborhood of Norbrook. Armed with various tools, the officers went straight to work. Here, a team member carefully searches a knapsack allegedly found inside the DJ's home. After more than an hour, the team emerged with several bags containing various items. The DJ also emerged in handcuffs to be taken to another premises linked to him. Now, after that detailed search of the entertainer's house in Norbrook, the police moved on to another location here in Havendale. At this time, it was a premises on Swallowfield Avenue in Havendale, St. Andrew, which persons in the area confirmed had been damaged by fire about 2 weeks ago. At each location, the police brought the DJ inside the premises before conducting a search. The police spent about half an hour at the Havendale location before removing a scorched computer hard drive and what appeared to be a computer. The team then went to Portmore in St. Catherine, Independent City to be exact, where they spent some time searching another premises. Many persons, including his girlfriend Shorty, converged at the location. As the DJ emerged from the premises, persons jeered the police saying Kartel should be freed. He was quickly whisked away by the police to an undisclosed location. Before his journey across the corporate area and St. Catherine, the popular artist had spent the morning here at the Kingston Central Police Station. The DJ was brought here after being nabbed during a raid at the New Kingston Hotel about 4 o'clock this morning. 2 other associates, including a woman, were held. A quantity of ganja was allegedly found in the room they occupied. But the DJ's attorney-at-law, Christian Tavares Vincent, told TVJ News Center that the ganja found in the entertainer's room cannot be linked to the artist, as there were other persons who had access. It appears, however, that the police may have something bigger than ganja charges on their minds. Assistant Commissioner of Police Eden Powell confirmed that the DJ's detention is part of a wider investigation but would provide no more information. But our sources say murder charges could be laid against persons close to the controversial entertainer. The DJ's attorneys says they will be waiting for the police to indicate the way forward.
Though Kartel was granted bail for the Burton's murder at a sum of $3 million Jamaican dollars, he remained in jail in connection with a second murder, of one Clive Lizard Williams. Addy was charged, along with Sean Storm and others including Vanessa Gaza Slim Sadler, with perverting the course of justice, after Sadler allegedly claimed that Williams had robbed her in order to mislead the police into believing that he was still alive.
Kartel and the others are alleged to have killed Clive Lizard Williams over 2 missing guns, which Kartel refers to as shoes. During the case, the key prosecution witness testified that the guns were given to him and Clive Lizard Williams by Vybz Kartel till Locke went missing. He testified that Kartel demanded their return. On Tuesday, August 16, 2011, he said the entertainer sent for them. They were taken by Sean Storm in a taxi to number 7 Swallowfield Avenue in Havendale. First, the voice notes beginning 2 days before the August 16, 2011 incident where Clive Lizard Williams is believed to be killed. August 14, 2011, 2:42 p.m.
Hombre, they don't know what's a lizard and we. I will call my phone today and tell me, say, them can't find the 2 new shoes them when me give them, dog. So them lock them in our house. Side of all feet where I build up, dog, in a lock 2 shoes and can't find my shoes, Virgin. And I come tell me is that. Yo, I just tell them, say, make sure I get my shoes by 8 o'clock in a bad man.
Now, during his testimony, the key prosecution witness told the court that shoes was another name for gun and lace bullet.
If I was as talented as Kartel is talented, I would never be there. The law system is right, because they know the lizard is a killer. Everybody knows the lizard is a killer. Everybody who do the law, them know that. Enough people lizard kill. So them shouldn't send Kartel to prison. Just feel I get 25 years. But I'm a piece of them I give man 25 years.
And God will say, I love left it like God.
With the lack of evidence, and evidence being tampered with, no dead body to confirm Williams' death, and with the hatred for him by the upper-class society, on April 3, 2014.
Kartel and 3 others were sentenced to life in prison for the 2011 murder.
Adidja Palmer is to serve 35 years before he becomes eligible for parole. Andre St. John, 30 years. And Sean Campbell and Kyra Jones, 25 years.
The wickedness that we're about to deserve that. He may deserve that. 35 years, them say. He may deserve it. Hard labor, wickedness that. Let the file is that. They don't know the police.
Them say we are fugitive.
Should've given no
System
life.
of free the dance and general.
Certain time and it come back.
Israel burial. The system of free me. Them a say needs a done, no call me so. Show me help get to youth when I be know. Why you do that, Mr. Officer? Where you come and searching on me house so far? Where you want lock up shanty bar? You not see me with no gun in the officer. Free labor, free labor. Thank you. Set me free, set me free. Give it up again. To the other girls, love me please, love me please. You love me? You know what I'm trying to say?
Today, Vybz Kartel is still in prison serving the rest of his sentence, but he continues to dominate the dancehall industry, doing his music from behind the bars. Vybz Kartel is, and forever will be, the legend of dancehall. The dancehall legend.
Shut up,